National security is something you all know I care about deeply. It runs in the family. So the focus this week on AUKUS is thoroughly needed and deserved. Bolstering our defence capability is something I'm personally deeply invested in, and we'll cover the latest developments in that space shortly. But the whole point of ensuring we as a country are strong militarily is so that we can protect our way of life, our freedom, our democracy, the benefits of living in a first world country, the best nation in the world. And I don't doubt that we are for a second. But it can't be something we take for granted. Nor can politicians who might feel the pinch, but certainly not the punch that most Australians are copping right now when it comes to their money. Cost of living might just be a buzz phrase to some, the outcome of a focus group during an election, a term used to win votes and appear relatable. But for a lot of real people, it's a complete crisis. Mortgage repayments are through the roof, power bills rocketing and increasing at an astronomical rate. We learned this week electricity prices are set to surge up to 30%. Soaring inflation, it's never ending. Now, the government can walk and chew gum at the same time. They can travel the world, do important, necessary things, and deliver on their domestic promises too. Labor said if they were elected, your bills would go down. Now, their argument is that a failure to deliver is all due to circumstances outside of their control. Of course, when we aren't self-sufficient in this energy space for some ridiculous reason, global events are going to play a part, absolutely. But they knew that a year ago. They knew about the war in Europe. They knew all the variables at play. So why did they make a promise that in delivering relies in part on factors outside of their control? That in itself is dishonest. It's a con job. The excuses don't cut it. And this is not a political issue, by the way. It's a human issue. Today on social media, I reached out to thousands of everyday Australians and I asked them how tough things are financially right now compared to, say, a year ago. Here's just a handful of responses I got, and some were honestly too brutal and sad to share. Living paycheck to paycheck and waiting until the debtors call before I pay a bill, says George. Only have one light on at home and afraid to put on the air conditioner, Terry. Very scared of what the winter energy bill will be, Nadia. House loan repayments have gone up by $500 a month in 6 months, third baby on the way, so we'll be losing 30% of income, and utility prices going up, that's Ash. Absolutely ridiculous, we've been eating home brand 2-minute noodles for 2 weeks, Tony. I have $283.20 in the bank. It has to last 2 adults, 11 days for everything but the rent I've paid already. These aren't people on benefits or those we might traditionally class as vulnerable. These are hard-working Australians. They don't want a handout. They just want to be able to pay the bills and have some kind of quality of life. It's what they were promised at the election. And so far, all we've seen in almost every measurable way are increases, higher prices, rises. And that is not only unfair in far too many cases, it's heartbreaking.